business is really warfare, but it's the activity of life itself. You say, well, business means I need to open up a business. Okay, yeah, that's right. But real activity of life has to deal with all the essentials of life that we must provide for ourselves, our families, our future. I have something in my pocket that, gee, where is it? Oh, yeah. I have a gold coin. In 1961, I was sitting with Elijah Muhammad, and he took out of his pocket a gold coin. This is 1 ounce of gold, pure gold, okay? Mr. Muhammad put it on the table. He said, one day soon, this gold coin will be the new medium of exchange. White people are moving into the inner city. Some of them knocking on doors. They come with money and they ask you for your gold. Because what they're giving you, I think I got some of that in my pocket. Yeah, I think I do. Now this is paper. This is not real money. This is real money. Silver as real money. Now you young people, some of the elders in the audience, like myself, this used to be called a silver certificate. How many old people in here know when this was a silver certificate? And you know what it said on the bottom? Pay to the bearer on demand $50 in silver, the real money. This is what you call monopoly money. Oh, you didn't hear me. We're going to do some business tonight. Because business is really warfare. What's about to happen? This week it came out in the news that in 2016, all the major banks are in trouble. It started with J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. What makes a bank in trouble? When the value of the paper that they have begins to lose its value, then the bank is in serious trouble. And so are we who have our money in the bank. Now, white people that are in your neighborhood, they're in the pawn shop now, and they're telling you in the window, bring the gold, we got cash for you. They know you don't know that this is losing its value every day. But gold will increase in value. Now this one here, I bought it today, or sent a brother to get it today, because I wanted to use it to explain something. 1 ounce of gold, this little piece right here, is 12. Now look, do we do business like business should be done? Let me hear an answer. In the word business is the word busy. And when you're busy, you're engaged in some focused activity. Business is the activity of life itself. When you are a living organism, you must be engaged in that which preserves and maintains your life. There is no creature that God created that is not busy feeding, sheltering, procreating, extending itself. If we are a living people, see, inanimate objects don't do this. They don't procreate. They don't go looking for food or shelter. They're inanimate, meaning they're not living. But what about you? Ever since we've been in America, we haven't provided food, clothing, shelter, education for ourselves and our people. Am I lying? You graduated from Morehouse, Clark, Howard, Tuskegee, Florida A&M, North Carolina A&T. Yeah. And you have degrees. What have we produced? Of food, of clothing, of shelter for our people. If you find as a living creature that you need something that you don't have, you look around for somebody that has what you need, and you enter into trade and commerce as a living people. But you are not alive. You are dead people. You have flatlined on business. Now, if you look at all the people of the earth, the ones that are the most busy, showing that they have the most life, are the members of the Jewish people. Why are they this way? Because they had the prophets. And they learned well. Now, I'd like to read you something that I found in this book. I would like to see at least 100 millionaires among the Muslims in Chicago. If you're rich, I'm rich. Always come and tell you about the needs of a nation. But if you poor and we poor, we can't be around here poor. I want to see rich Muslims.
All right, family. Greetings, family. Assalamu alaikum, salam, peace, blessings, however you might receive the good greetings. Your brother FardMoney with my beautiful wife, Sister Yatira Magdi. And tonight is a special night, a special topic for us and for the world of that matter. So this is a stream that we were supposed to do about 2 weeks ago, but we was super busy, couldn't really get to it, had a lot of stuff going on, but we was not going to let the month of May get away from us. Well, we did not celebrate 6 years since the creation of FardMoney Network, 2017, May 11th. I'll never forget the night. I'll never forget the planning for it. I'll never forget the seeds that I dropped on many, many people leading up to the launch of FardMoney Network. And we're going to go over some of the history of it. So we're here because as I was thinking, getting ready for the stream, I was like, man, we celebrate everything. But somebody celebrating a network, somebody celebrating putting out information that is in direct opposition with the Federal Reserve and the international bankers don't get celebrated like it should. So I say that's one thing we're not going to do. We're not going to not celebrate it because as you on social media, Facebook, Instagram, it's graduation time. And people are celebrating their children graduating high school, grade school, kindergarten, preschool, right? Child ain't did nothing now. Ain't accomplished nothing, right? Most of them going to graduate with that degree, with that high school diploma, and go and work for somebody. They probably already working for somebody. All right. So we want to celebrate. We want to change the narrative. We want to change the dynamics of this. So this is what FardMoney Network was all about. Now, this broadcast here, it is special. This is the second broadcast that we started after we started FardMoney Network. The first one being the Future Money Show that we do on Saturday night. But this is the second one. This is the one that gets the lessest views. Probably why? Because of its name. The Future Money Show get plenty of views, pretty much every show. But for some reason, Business is Warfare, we don't get the support, or we don't get the views like that broadcast. Do for whatever reason. It could be due to the name. All right. However, the reason we created this broadcast is all in line with the reason we even started FardMoney Network from the beginning. It was that I'm a student. I'm a registered member, active member in the Nation of Islam under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So when I heard him say that he wanted to see 100 millionaires, when I heard him say, when you help me economically, my mind, when I came home from prison in 2016, my mind was not inspired to be a minister in the nation. That never was my mind. All right. And there's many, many ways you can be a minister. You don't have to just be a minister that just do lectures, right? Because technically that ain't really what it means. All right. Technically that it means to administrate, to run things. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it means. And to serve. It really means serving the community. However, I didn't really aspire to be a student minister in the nation on the speaking tip. Even though I did that in prison for like the last 4 years I was in prison, well, the last 2 years in my federal bid, I did that every week. I taught every week in there. And I didn't aspire to do that because when I came home and officially joined the nation, I seen what wasn't being done, what the minister had asked for. So it was a Birmingham, I'm from Birmingham, they had a student minister, right? But they didn't have somebody being proficient in business. They didn't have somebody that was a networker that was trying to connect us to other networks and other products to free us from the enemy. They didn't have that, right? They didn't have a solid, effective final call distributor in the city. They didn't have that. Right. So I said, okay, let me plug in the board to do that. But to do that, you have to be free. You have to go after freedom to do that. You have to have a clear thought. You have to have time to read these books up here like I got. And some of these books I actually studied and read in prison. So when I came home, my mind was wide open. So I just want to tell you a little history about myself and why we came out with FardMoney Network. But why did we give it FardMoney? Because a lot of people are like, oh man, you're gonna name it after Allah in person himself, the God himself. Well, of course. because I love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I love the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But Master Fard Muhammad is the teacher. He's the one who unlocked the science. You feel me? He's the one who bust up the council. So him was the one that I had to study him first to understand those two. Without understanding him and studying him, there's no way you're going to understand it too. You're going to miss it because now you're going to bust it up. So when I recognize that it's real that men can be God, force and power, I understood the role of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I understood the power that the minister has right now. So it was easy to fall in line and submit. And submitting and being with the minister and helping the minister is one of the things that keep a lot of us probably just in the nation because we deal with a lot of stuff, right? This is business is warfare. We talking, this is warfare talk. We just telling you, all right? But being in the nation, being the FOI, it's not for the weak. It's not for the cold heart. It's not for the soft. It's not for that. I'm just telling you now. It's not for that. Right? You have to be strong. You have to know your why. So I just took why I'm in the nation and I just applied it to business. Right? So to be a network marketer, to be an entrepreneur, to be a business owner, to be somebody that will stand up and teach for free this science that we are teaching without getting compensated for it right then, you got to be strong. You can't be weak. You can't be soft. You feel what I'm saying? Because when we are going after the head of the enemy, we're going after the head of the snake. Sometimes, our people get offended. We are soft people. We are cold. We are soft-hearted, nice people. So a lot of times somebody saying something, it's not what they're saying. It is more how they're saying it that turns a person off. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. It don't matter if he's speaking true. That's why a lot of people will reject the minister now. Oh, I don't like when he said that. Oh, but is what he said is true. That's the point. And forget how he said it. He's just the messenger. Forget how he said it. Is what he's saying relevant? Does it make sense? Is it truth? That's the most important thing. So you just had to go look in the mirror and be like, man, I might be soft. I couldn't stand up a black man, much as what we've been through. So I just wanted to just set the tone for that. So 6 years ago, me and my brother Leon 1X, we both came together. And why I say and call him the co-founder is because he was the first person when I had the idea of this network that came and said, okay, with some resources, with his time, with his ideas and brain power, he the first one that came and said, okay, I'm with you. He the first one to do it. So we'll always be thankful. So it ain't I created FardMoney Network. It's always we. We didn't get to where we at now with FardMoney Network without it being a we thing. It ain't me. I can have the idea. Yeah, I might have been the visionary, but without him, how far would I have got? Because I'd have been doing a lot of stuff by myself. You feel me saying? And it wouldn't have been the same when you got somebody right there with you. And we actually became brothers, real brothers in the process of this. And we have other team members that came along the way. As my wife, she came about 2 years later, right after the start of it. But we're going to let her give her journey. We got our brother Kadar and Jihad on the line. They've been with us for about going on 4 years as well. My wife going on 5 years, right? They've been with us for about 4 years, I think, going on 4 years. We didn't have Jihad since he was Jihad even officially grown yet? We were like 17 maybe, right? I know he was at least 18, right? So he's the youngest member that we have that actively does the business and is with us and is a part of our team. And then he has his brother Kadar, and it's a beautiful thing to see those two work in tandem and brothers, because you don't really see that. Because I have a blood brother and he don't even have a GS Partners. He don't even have a FardMoney network. He probably ain't subscribed to the network. Period. He didn't even subscribe to the free YouTube channel, let alone talking about he in the business, right? And so it's a beautiful thing to see them, but we're going to bring them along. We also have some videos of some team members who couldn't make the live stream and be on with us, but we do have Jahad and Kadar, and we're going to bring them on in a minute. But we're going to bring on the first lady, as we call her, because when I built this brand and we started it, me and Leon, he was married, but I was single. So it wasn't no first lady of FardMoney Network. You feel me? But here she is. She came about 2 years later. And we took off, and it's been on an upward trajectory ever since she joined.
Praise
so I'm going to pass the mic.
Well, assalamu alaikum, everyone. I really don't have much to say. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the success that we have. Like he said, the we is a huge thing. That was beautiful. And being here, serving it in this capacity, you know, you've said a lot that sparked a lot of thoughts. And I just want to say that this has just been a beautiful journey for me. I have grown so much. I have been able to expand a lot. And so to see the lives that we have touched, to see the people that have joined our network and are growing with us, and to see the many different gifts and talents that these individuals are bringing to help us expand. My goodness, it's just been amazing. So, you know, again, this is too exciting for words for me, because as we listen to those clips that that my husband played of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and some of the words that he used in them in terms of, you know, this is a business is warfare broadcast, and business being the activity of life. These are some of the things that actually brought us together, you know. And so this is very near and dear. This is like a baby for me, you know, because of the engagement that's required, the sacrifices that are required. You know, there's a lot of behind the scene things that go on both parts, you know, for my husband along with myself. And so, and then of course, every individual has their own thing going on in our own individual lives. But the success of FardMoney Network has been those of us who are willing to say, yes, I have things going on in my life. However, I see this cause being bigger than me, and I'm willing to give extra time or to do more, to exert more energy than, you know, than otherwise if I just was going to continue to do my own thing. So this is really a family. We are a family who keeps the main thing. We keep the vision, the mission out front. And so, you know, we have a lot of fun doing it. No, but we are really a family. You know, sometimes we, you know, there's just been different incidents, but we love each other. And to be in such an organization, in such a network where strangers become family, you know, it just doesn't get any better than this, you know. And then to be building what we're building for future generations, not just the generations that's going to come out of this household, but the lives of people that we touch outside of this household. So I think I give it back to you, sir. I don't want to prolong the moment.
Yes. So we're going to get into the other team members, but just to give a quick history about it, family, and a quick history about the background and the journey that led to this. I grew up in a drug-infested, gang-infested community, gang-infested, drug-infested city, Birmingham, Alabama. I grew up on the west side, which may be considered the worst. Well, all of it is bad. But the west side is very bad, and the gun violence is very high. So a lot of us, this is growing up. The youngsters, y'all don't really deal with this now. All praise be to Allah for that. It's a little more different dynamic with y'all in this day and time, pretty much all over. But back then, we was running the streets when we was 10, 11, 12 years old. We was saying you was late off the porch if you was 14 jumping off the porch. Like by the time we was 14, we had to be in jail, might have been shot. We had homeboys got killed, 13, 14 years old. This is not a glorification. This is real. This is the real background. All right. My mother smoked the crack. My father smoked crack for most of my life. In that time, half of my life in that time, he smoked crack. He been clean, all praise be to Allah, for I think like 23 years. 23 years. He got clean when I went to prison the first time. And I went to prison the first time, still a teenager. I was only 17. I hadn't even turned 18 yet. But by that time, I had already been in the juvenile a couple times. You feel me? So this was the life. And it was until each time I went, I had a brush with the teachings of the Most Honorable Muhammad. I had a brush with Islam. All right. But unbeknown to me, that when I finally would join the nation and be in it for the rest of my life, that I found out that my mother was in the nation before I was born. But nobody in the family, they knew this. They never said anything about it, because on both sides, my mother's side, my father's side, they was Christians. My father was never religious at all. He was just like his father. My father, my grandfather, they were not religious at all. They only go to church if it's a funeral or wedding. Other than that, they're not going. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't do that. They didn't do the spiritual thing. On my mother's side was different though, you know. But my mother was very religious, but the two men, the most important men in her life, they wasn't. Her husband wasn't, her son, her baby son, and which is my father. So that was the role and the journey that led me to it. So I had to go through the furnace of affliction, as the minister called it. It's called the furnace of affliction, to see, because a lot of people, you know, they had this thing that, oh, do you have to go to jail for Allah to accept you or whatever like that? It's not that, but the Most Honorable Muhammad told us that Islam comes when all else has failed. See, I had tried the church. I grew up in the church. It didn't have no healing power. It didn't work, right? I tried the gang lifestyle. I tried the drug lifestyle. I looked at other religious groups and looked at that. It did not have a magnetic pull on me. It didn't speak to me and what was inside of me. So, and I had never met nobody that said, hey, did you know that you're God? Like, what? Hold on, I thought I was a nigga. I thought I was a thug, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a gangster. I'm trying to be like the mob. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm a drug dealer, man. I'm a money getter. I got all these terrible names. But when you come to the nation, they tell you, hey, you a God. Like, really? Then they give it to you, the science of it. Then they show you the supreme being. Then they're like, oh, wow. Then they show you who he raised and what that man did with these teachings when he understood he was God. And it's like, oh, well, I can do great things. And then you come to the nation, now you're in with a man that did great things among us, and we really still don't understand this man. All right. But it shows the desire. It shows what's in you. So it's like, man. And then when you think about it, like, man, what about when it did that? What about when it did this? So you start to learn that when you're in the criminal lifestyle, it's literally your thinking that has you going through what you're going through. It's your thinking. Yeah, the environment got a lot to do with it, but the environment shapes your thoughts, right? But when I changed my thinking in prison, I went from having nothing in prison to having stuff in prison, right? With these teachings, with all the bad stuff we trying to sell, drugs in prison, we trying to rob folks in prison, right? But with the teachings, when I just cleaned up my thoughts, you feel me? I adopted a legit hustle that the police can't come say nothing about in prison. Well, I didn't even need money from the streets. You feel me? And just brought that same mentality to the streets. Now it's a struggle because I knew nothing about network marketing. I knew nothing about cryptocurrency prior to me going to prison. I knew nothing about it in there. But when I understood networking, I understood that, hey, I had been networking all my life. That's what we do. I just didn't get compensated for it. I always referred somebody to something, right? I always did, right? We're in the streets. It's the norm to say, hey, he got the fire over there. He got the gas. He got the fire. You feel what I'm saying? He got the drop. It's that norm to point somebody there. And they go and get the drop. They make money. They don't break you off. You feel what I'm saying? But that's network marketing at its core. And that's what we do. So when I seen this coming out, now my mind is open. And I'm looking for something not easy to do, but I don't want nothing to take me away from the mission on why I joined the nation to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan get the word out. And you can't get the word out more effective without pushing the Final Call newspaper. That's just a fact, right? So this is what I needed something that will sustain me, let me still live the life that I want to live, take care of my family, but give me the time where I can still sacrifice the time and buy down that I sacrifice the time and do what I do as far as in the mission, as we call it, the first work. All right. So it led to that, and why we call it FardMoney Network, it actually started at Supreme X Currency. Because I was calling myself Supreme X. A lot of people got mad about it. A lot of people still mad about it. Right? Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's a name. And it's just a bad witness to trying to be the highest and the best at anything that I try to do. Right? Not that I should be worshiped. It ain't nothing like that. So I was Supreme Brother Supreme X. I still go by that name. A lot of people still to this day, they still call me Supreme, Brother Supreme. And like I said, but I always wanted to reflect the God, the Supreme Being. So this is why. So it led to that. So we were Supreme X Currency, but I felt like that name was too attached to me. Then we went to Supreme X Wealth Dynasty, and then we already had the thought team Fard was already in my mind. And I was thinking about creating brands. And then I said, when it got down to it, like 2018 sometime, toward the end, I said, FardMoney. And then later, I put the network on it. But we was FardMoney, and I said, that's going to be it. That's it. And then from FardMoney Network, we even sparked a whole new brand, the second brand, New Millennium Bankers. Now, we have more people like and attached to that than FardMoney Network, but we ain't tripping though. And we said it back in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, we said it. All roads, when it comes to economics, group economics, when it comes to financial literacy, when it comes to this warfare with this beast, all roads going to lead back to FardMoney Network. Why? Because we was out front saying, get crypto, cryptocurrency, get gold, get off the job, find a business, network marketing. We was pushing. I got videos that they took down off YouTube way before this book even got pushed like that. Right? That 100 millionaires, rightfully so, that one of our theme videos that's put together got the minister saying that. Why? Because he said that in 1998, so thousands of people heard it. You know what I'm saying? It was hundreds of people there when he said it, right? I wasn't there. That was in 1998. But my brother, Frank Muhammad, one of the great helpers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the Mid-Atlantic region in Washington, D.C., we had a group. And me and Brother Frank, we wasn't never on the same team together, but we both FOI, and we both love the teaching. So we would always find ways to still collaborate. And Frank put in the group, man, the minister asked for 100 millionaires. Like, really? Yeah, it's on There's No Mystery God. Man, I might listen to There's No Mystery God probably 5 times. I'm like, Brother Frank, it ain't on there. He was like, I don't know where he got it. I know he said it though. And one day I used to get up early, read, study, and I would lay down. My wife said I'd be sleeping. I said I'd be meditating, but I had a minister playing low in the background. That's what she said. She don't know how I get juiced up, though. You know what I'm saying? So
I know how snoring works.
I actually watched the lecture, and he said it. And when he said it, I raised up. I said, "Oh!" I rewinded, got it. We clipped it and made it and put it out there. And that video was the most viewed video. There's a 3-minute clip, most viewed video on FardMoney Network since that was like 2019, all the way to this year, and the enemy took it down. Now on the video, it doesn't say nothing about the Jews. He don't say nothing about that. He don't even say nothing about the United States government. But they targeted FardMoney, our YouTube channel. They took down 100 videos, and that video got caught up. It's the most hidden reason why they did that we'll have to break out to you later. So I'm gonna turn it back over to the queen, and then we're gonna get to these videos, and then we're gonna bring on two hardworking scientists, young scientist brothers.
Bring them out.
That's from Rochester, New York. All right.
What you want me?
Well, let's bring them out there. Let's bring them out there. They sit in the waiting room waiting. The two go hard brothers, the young brothers, right? Got their whole family in the business, right?
That's right.
What's going on? Look like y'all froze, bro.
Yeah,
there y'all go.
Are we frozen? We've been having a bit of Wi-Fi issues lately. But you're able to hear us.
Yeah, we've been having that same issue too, man.
They after the
they don't mess with us.
Wow.
Y'all good now though, but y'all kind of going in and out. But go ahead though.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings, fam. Man, it's crazy that y'all mentioned just like what y'all been through, because I know when, like, before I even joined FardMoney Network and New Millennium Bankers, one of the things that I remember was actually watching your videos. And I remember I across you where you were like going live and stuff, Brother Sabrina. And I was seeing him live, and he was talking about gold and stuff. And I was thinking, one day I'm gonna associate with. I'm gonna get with this brother one day. So I just subscribe to the channel. I'll watch his lives like every once in a while. But I didn't join right away. But I was just always in the back of my mind. I was thinking that brother deal with gold, and one day I'm gonna get with that.
And then, so I guess where I come in at is one day, actually, it was really my father that kind of planted the seed in my mind to do research on this subject, because he talked about, he mentioned Gold Standard Bank to both me and my brother one time during like a business meeting we were having as a family. And so I just did research on it, and my brother actually led me to your channel. So I decided actually, as soon as I looked into it, I just decided to join just immediately. And so the moment that I joined, pretty much the whole family came right after. So
I'll never forget, one of the things that I like is math. And so when he showed me like the comp plan of the network inside in particular, you know, the calculator that we sometimes use during our Zooms, he showed, I didn't even see a webinar or like, you know, one of your business meetings. All he showed me was the math. And I was like, so you mean to tell me that's all I got to do? I can sell a product. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. That's all it took for me. I didn't even need to see nothing else. I just wanted the numbers. And that alone really is what brought it for me. That's what sold it for me. I was sold after that.
Yes, sir.
But I guess what you would say what really inspired us was really, yeah, like my brother said, our father, and what because he would always speak very strongly like against the Federal Reserve and the international bankers and the central banks. But I kind of did. I was okay. So, and I would always hear ministers. I would hear the ministers speak always on gold being real money, and that the American wasn't backed by anything. And I was like, oh, I would always like look into gold, and I was thinking one day I'm gonna get into gold. And kind of what led to Gold Standard Bank. So if anything, that's what ripped me on what you would say the yellow brick road for me and my family, really.
Yes, sir.
All
We
praise be.
frozen in.
No, y'all. We can hear y'all, but y'all picture is not clear. But we can hear y'all though. We can hear y'all.
Yes, sir.
Man, well,
Yeah, we've been
all
having that
praise.
issue.
I mean, y'all have been a blessing. Jihad is one of the first people I signed up for Gold Standard Bank when we launched it. And y'all have definitely been a blessing to the team, been an asset. Y'all both have been two assets to the team.
Absolutely.
And when we started FardMoney Network, I had y'all in mind. I was wrangling with the name for a minute, but I had us in mind because yeah, I'm in my 40s, but I'm still one of those millenniums due to the age, the time frame that you're supposed to be a millennium, right? I'm actually born on the same year that we had our first Savior's Day under the minister. I was born like 3 weeks later. So not knowing to me, my mother was in the nation prior to that, but I don't know if she ever went back and still listened to that lecture while she was pregnant with me. And it's one of my favorite lectures of all time. It's Savior's Day 81. And one of the hardest lectures of all time. And that's the connection with me. But when it comes to the business side, I got some of the entrepreneur spirit from my father because he has always been a self-employed person because he's an electrician. So he has always, for the most part of my life, did electrician on his own contracts. He never really worked for a company, but he never built any leverage with it either. You know what I'm saying? And it's starting to affect him now in his later years. But it was something I never really wanted to do. I did learn a little bit about electrician when I was in the feds, but it never was something that I aspired to do. I never wanted to. I grew up in a time where we wanted to be rappers. I wanted to be an outlaw. I wanted to be a no limit soldier. I wanted to be that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be what is it called? I wanted to play football. I wanted to play basketball. Never wanted to play baseball. I could play it though, but I never wanted to play it. And when that dream got destroyed because it wasn't nobody pushing me, well, the streets was always open. And to get into business, because they say that when you come to the teachings of the Most High Muhammad, you don't lose what's in you. It really brings it out, what is really in you. So that go hard, don't want to pay taxes, don't want to work, you know what I'm saying, want to be free and do what you want to do. The nation just gave me the avenue and the thought process to do that righteously, though, without having to look over my shoulder, without having to worry about them boys or whatnot. Oh, they jumped off, they jumped back on. Okay.
Their connection is bad.
Their connection is bad, family. But not having to worry about all of that, that's one of the main things right there that led me, that when I saw network marketing, I was like, man, I'm going to say this, I'm going to keep saying it. When I saw network marketing in 2016, I thought that people didn't know nothing about it. I said, man, people can't know to make money like this. This is too sweet. Not that it's easy. See, a lot of people get that misconstrued. It's not easy, right? But it's the best way to even try to make money when you're doing any type of business in network marketing. I mean, for real, especially when you get in a system or you get with a company and they produce all the product, you don't even have to order the product and go around selling them like that. Oh man, what? I just sign people up. They swipe their card or whatever, put their money in, and they get their product from the company, and I get paid. And we building teams out like this all around the world. You know the connections that we have made. Do you know the connections we have made by being? Look how me and Kevin is today. None of this would have happened, even though we both in the nation too. None of this would have really happened without network marketing. Me and my wife, well, that would have happened. But
I don't know.
What made me tell it might wouldn't, because when we got together, I didn't prospect her with the business. I didn't. I wanted to leave the business out of it. Why? Because everybody else I was trying to get in a courtship with, I would hit them with the business and use the business as a measuring stick. If they turned down the business, I probably knew we wouldn't make it in a marriage. But so I was like, when I got to her, I was like, let me change up some tactics. So I was like, no, let's just try to get in a courtship, and then boom, with the courtship, let the courtship go and let it see. So as we got, that's what I did, and it worked. As soon as I ran the play, it worked. So we got in, she said yes to the courtship. We got in the courtship. She seen what I was doing in network marketing, and she said, "Oh, I'm interested in what you do." I remember she was like, "Oh, I definitely want to get into what you doing. I want some gold." So that was I was like, "Oh, hold up, now. There's some stars went out there, bling, 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 bling. Like, hold on, I might have hit the jackpot. Like, hold on,
That you did,
and that I did, right? You feel me? Because like I said, she reached out to me, and she came and she knew. I'm talking about. She knew everybody. I remember being in Savior's Day 2019 with her. Man, listen here, fam. I remember being in Savior's Day 2019 with her. And she knew Muslims from all over, but especially in the state of Florida. Like, they knew her. Some of them called this Sister Farrakhan right there. Oh, now this Sister Farrakhan right there, right? This what they called her, right? She knew. She kind of made me feel small. Because I didn't know that many people at that time like that, right? I wasn't known like that like now. See, it's a different ball game now, right? You know what I'm saying? We're about to even. I'm about to be caught up with her now, right? You know what I'm saying? But she might still got me, but it ain't. She was blowing me out then, though. She was blowing me out. I wasn't even important, but I was like, who is this? Oh, this is your court man. Oh, what's your name? Oh, never mind. I like, damn, bro. And this is coming from FOYMDT. I'm talking about real, bro. I was walking with her kind of feeling like, man, I ain't popular. Like, man, got to marry somebody more popular than me. It's a damn problem. You know what I'm saying? But listen, she know what to do. That's why she laughed. Right?
You need to stop.
Yeah, I just knew people from Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Stay out about. She knew people from all throughout the 7 regions. Like everybody in the 7 regions. Every move, what they from? They're from this state, they're from this city, they're from this city. Damn, so you know everybody in Florida? Like all the Muslims in Florida know you by name? It's ridiculous.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, we have closed the gap. The gap has been closed, okay. So it ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that. Okay. But
I'm not in competition with you. I'm just a social loving sister. That's all. Jesus Christ. I'm not even in competition with you, man.
Hey, oh, God. But it's been 6 years, you know what I'm saying, and running, and it's been nice, man. And like I said, me and my brother Leon, I see he's on here as well. We started, man, and what y'all, man, y'all would be surprised if we used to do some amateur network marketing stuff, boy. Let me tell you, man, we was going to other events, and we would wait till it's over and start passing out cards. The folks come out there, what y'all do? We was signing up cashiers, we signing up waiters, gas station workers, man. We was signing, man, we were going to project. Man, we'll be signing up people all this project and like this is what we were doing for real. We were going hard. It was like every day, like for real. All at the park. Let's tell nigga Leon on here right now. Leon, I'll send you the link. Let you jump on here, bro. Let me send Leon the link. See if you're available, Leon.
Well, why do you do that? Let me just speak to the brothers real quick because I just wanted to say because this is gonna be good. But I just wanted to say to our young brothers here that both of y'all, from what y'all just shared, the way that you all came in and how y'all have, run with the type of energy, the type of rigor, the enthusiasm. I mean, y'all came in and just taken clean off. Y'all post on social media, and things of that nature. But they both of you all have just mentioned the seeds that have been dropped in the education for you all, from home. Growing up, neither one of y'all were raised homeschooled. Y'all were homeschooled by your parents. And so, Brother Kadar, you specifically mentioned your father saying these different things about gold, saying different things about, you know, America and its dollar and, you know, not being backed by anything. So all of these seeds were properly set. So when this opportunity came, you all were ready to grasp it, you know, and run the way that you all have. And, you know, it's only up from here for you all, you know, in particular, because of that foundational work that your parents, you know, sacrificed to provide for you all. And that speaks volumes. I just didn't want that to go without being said tonight on this call, because that plays a huge role in business as well, for the activity of life. And your parents setting that foundation set you all to be on the better end, on the recipient end, to be able to start your foundation at another level than where your parents were. And that's how it's supposed to go. The parents are supposed to set a foundation for the children, so the children don't have to start from ground zero. But that's what has been happening. Everybody has been, in our community, we've all been starting from ground zero at every generation. But they, by teaching you all the way that they have, catapulted you all to a whole new level. And now look at, like he said, you know, Brother Jihad, when you came to us, you were at 18. You know what I'm saying? How many 18-year-olds are, their mind is on this type of opportunity, business, thinking for the future like this? But you know, you are a serious student. Your brother as well. Brother Gadar, you what, 25? So you came, you know, a few years ago as well too. So young and focused, you know, with beautiful hearts. So I just wanted to say that again as you all continue this conversation as we move forward. But thank you all again. As my husband said, most definitely assets to this team, most definitely assets. So thank you for being part of the success of FardMoney Network.
Thank y'all as well.
Praise be to Allah.
Man, and I could just talk about some, man, in 2017.
You guys.
Oh, go ahead,
It's
Kadar.
choppy. Sorry.
When we was back, just to tell some quick stories right quick. When we got started, family, can y'all believe this? Before the Future Money Show, we used to have a call on Saturday nights, like about at 9 o'clock. And we used to just get on. What we used to get on? We used to get on Zoom. We didn't even have a paid Zoom or nothing. It was 4 of us: me, Leon, a sister, and another young brother that Leon brought in. It was just the 4 of us. Every Saturday we would have a call, and then from there it started growing and growing. And then now we have a stream on Saturdays. Then now we have huddles twice a week that be packed. You know, we had a stream. I mean, it just and it all started from my father's living room. That's where it all started from. I used to make videos sitting in his living room. I had a phone. I had a desktop. He had a desktop. I had a phone on the desktop. I used to make the streams. I really been making crypto mornings for a long time, because I used to make a stream like at 10 in the morning, way back then before the power call. Right? I used to make streams in the car all the time. I used to make streams in the projects on the corner. I used to make streams everywhere. A lot. I can't produce those streams from the house because the enemy took my page down and he took the whole thing, and I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time. But it's real, family. The dynamics is real, and that was from 2017, you know, to 2019, and then we was in the apartment, and then now we in a townhouse, and then we finna go to a house because we looking to get out of here this year.
Yes.
But maybe next year.
Well, maybe this year too.
The plan was next year,
Maybe
so we might just stick with the plan.
Oh, maybe not.
All right, you know.
Plan
But so yeah, and it just continue to grow, because family, when you're building something, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? If I would have wavered at any time, you know, I didn't have big influence. I don't have really big influence now on social media. I don't got 10,000s of followers on any platform. However, people plug into, and our network is growing, and we continue to grow the network because we have a long time perspective. And people start stuff and they stop. So when people want to see, like, they even, it's two-phase. You will have people that say, they ain't never seen nobody successful in network marketing. They ain't never seen somebody successful in MLM. And then you have people in the nation that say, I ain't never seen nobody in the nation successful at that and committed to the mission of the nation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of the first ones to ever do that, right? To be still the same way it was before, this money was flowing in like it is now. Yes, FardMoney Network is a multi-million-dollar brand now. New Millennium Bankers is too, so we done built 2 brands in just a 6-year period. And they are both worth, meaning that they're worth millions of dollars. That means millions of dollars have come through these networks in this 6-year period. So right now if we round it and average it off, we like at about 6 million or maybe more. But some of the records I can't pull up. But right now we over 5 million. So I'm just gonna throw in everything else that got lost. We probably at 6 million, close to it. And we've been here for 6 years. So that meaning average off, we're $1 million brand. We're $1 million a year brand. That's the revenue that goes through. But it's finna go higher than that. It's finna go higher than that. The goal is to be $1 billion brand. And my goal is to be a billionaire personal wealth. Right? So if that happens, the network is gonna be worth billions. You know what I'm saying? If I pull $1 billion out of it, but that's the goal though. We gotta have goals. So I got monthly goals, I got 5-year goals, 3-year goals, year goals. You know what I'm saying? And I go after these goals, and that's what keep you driven. I got even Nation of Islam goals, be honest. And one of them I hit I hit that, and I was the top paper pusher down here. I had that in the goal, wrote it down, and didn't even look at it like that. But I wrote it down, and that thing, I was getting awarded by the regional captain down here for being the top final call distributor. Rightfully so. Right. And I'm still like second in the region right now. Right. You're behind my man in Jacksonville. So it's just a beautiful thing that what keeps us in and what keeps us plugging. All right. So let's look at these comments before we go to our other members. All right. So let's see. Let's go over these comments. So there go our brother Jason. He like one of the first people my wife brought in, Jason Benji. He's down here in Tampa, long time team member, long time supporter. I'm talking about this brother here is amazing, man. His loyalty is off the chain. That's what it's about, family. It ain't about money. It ain't about status. It's about loyalty.
The relationships that is built from this.
I love this brother. This brother here he's like the epitome of loyal. That's what's most important. This brother Jason Vision right there. Thank you, Jason. Sorry you couldn't get on. Then we have our man way from the UK, my man D-Rock, right? Way from the UK. He been with us. Like he said, he letting you know he been with us since June of 2020 when he first hired me. This is what he said. This was the first show. Business is Warfare, he's saying, was the first show that he saw that sparked my fire, brother, June 2020. And he joined, he's been with us ever since. So he's going on 3 years being a FardMoney Network member, absolutely a New Millennium Banker. Shout out to D-Rock. D-Rock, I did send you the link if you want to jump on. All right. Did send you the link if you want to jump on. All right. And this is what he said, all praise due to our Lady, your vision. All right. Then we have my brother Timothy X. Out of Atlanta, went back to Atlanta. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Yes, sir. The Most Honorable Muhammad said to speak the truth regardless of the circumstance. That's right there, brother. He is also on the team as well. Then we have my man Dot Woo, him and his beautiful family that we are also major connected to. His wife, Sister Naira, one of the best auditors in the nation, one of just the best entrepreneurs. This is one of the major couples here.
Yes.
And they are connected. My wife is connected with them in ways that I'm not. But me and Dawood, we definitely are building a relationship. Now he is just joined, not quite 6 months, but he is a new Millennium Banker. He's in FardMoney Network. Then we have our brother Kenny, Kenny X down in Houston, Texas. He is on the team as well, a new member. Big brother Frank Muhammad, the new addition to the network. We ain't gonna put that out there yet, but a new addition to the network, my brother Frank Muhammad. All right, so he's always on and always supportive as what we do as well. All
Brother
right.
Frank, you the scientist, you the work scientist.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yes. All right, then we have a lot of new members on here that's talking. My brother Leon 1X, the one who helped start this. That's what he said. We was all at the park with the family. We was all listen. I used to work at a core steel plant 10 hours a day. I would literally go home, shower, get dressed, meet up with Leon, and we'd be at the park passing out cards, talk. Man, listen, we were going at it, man. We was old school with that thing, man. We was going at it. We'd meet you at your house, meet you at the store, anywhere. We was going hard with it, family. We was pushing the program. We was pushing network our business, man. We went after it. That's why it didn't take long for me to go full time. It only took me from May to January of 2018 to go full time. Less than a year. I went full time in this business, in this industry, doing for sale, along with the Final Call newspaper, and I haven't looked back, haven't applied for a job through COVID, through everything. And my wife don't work. Talk about you not working.
Love it. I have nothing to say. I don't work. Praise be to Allah. I remember getting up sometimes when I had to work like, oh God, I just don't want to go in today. And just being free from that. That was a burden, a literal burden. And so, hey, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm off. What is work? What's the job? I don't have one outside of this house.
So that's some of the journey, family. So let's go to the videos, family, as we bring this to a conclusion. Okay, it ain't even ready. Hold on, what the thing? Hold on, let me find this video, family. These two videos that we want to play. Huh? So I gotta leave it up. This is what you gotta do. So we got these videos here. It still ain't coming up. What's happening?
Maybe you have
Hold on, huh?
Maybe you have to download them.
No, it's downloading. Oh. Hold on, family. I'm trying to get these videos. Matter of fact, let us have a quick break and let the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan juice us up some more, because this is business is warfare. And then all you want to talk about a pyramid scheme, prove it. Prove it or shut your mouth. Prove it. Let's bring on the minister till we come back with the video.
Right. So they had to try to defeat the prophet's reputation. Look at the words they use. Look at what they said to Pastor Barrett. Look at what they said on television. It is a possible pyramid scheme. They didn't say it was in fact that. They didn't really know what it was. They could have dealt with a pyramid. What was it? See? Force them to show their hand. Some believe, look at the words in the press, some believe it to be a pyramid scheme. T.L. Barrett believes it to be an economic development plan. Well, then let's pit our two beliefs together, either in the world or in a court of law. Because if we believe it's an economic development plan, then prove it. And if they believe it's a scheme, then let them prove it. We ain't got a damn thing to prove to rich people except that we're poor and trying to get the hell out of it. What do we have to prove to them? Did you ever ask the Chinese how they built Chinatown? How many of you talk to the Chinese? Mr. Wong, how did you get so many Chinese restaurants in the black community? Was it a business loan from the government? You didn't ask that, did you? Did you? The Koreans just got here a few days ago. Did you ever ask the Koreans, Mr. Korean, sir, how did you get so many businesses in the black community so fast and just got here yesterday? Did you ask them? The Palestinian refugees, the Lebanese, the people of the Middle East whose area is torn up with war and devastation, and they arrive in America penniless. Did you ever ask them, brother Palestinian, how did you get so many stores in the black community and just got here yesterday? The reason you don't know is because they're not on television. Didn't you hear the old rap, the revolution will not be televised? The Chinese are not trying to get on Channel 2 telling you how they built up Chinatown. You don't find the Cubans coming on TV. Hi, y'all. My name is Salvador Sanchez. I am a man that just came from Cuba. The communist Fidel Castro drove me out, but thanks to God, I have $20 million now. And I want to show all of you silly people how I got it out of your pocket. You don't hear from the Cubans. You don't hear from the Haitians. You don't hear from the Vietnamese. You don't hear from the Palestinians. You don't hear from nobody who comes to America and networks their money. Go ahead. They got a network going. Have you ever asked the Greeks, how come the Greeks own all these restaurants in every major city in America? Have you ever said anything to anybody? You ain't under any obligation to tell your enemy what you are doing to get the hell out from under his yoke. Go ahead.
Wow. That was pretty plain, right? From 1988, right? And the minister hasn't retracted, take it back and say, well, what I said back in 1988 is not for this time. He never did that. He never did that. So whatever he said then, it still hold weight today because he said it, right? And that's what we like to expound on. And for those that like your job and refuse to do the will of Allah, God, we got a clip for you too. But we don't let my wife bring on
The first video?
yes.
Okay, well, this video, as my husband mentioned with Brother Jason, he was one of the first people, serious people that I sponsored, into our organization. And, I being the, just energetic, high energy, very positive, I wasn't going to let any of the no's that I have already experienced, slow me down. So when he came along, I remember we connected from Instagram, and I remember, he was going to, whatever it was that he said that he was going to do, something happened and that didn't come through. And I felt it like, oh, maybe this is not going to happen. I got a lot of no's already, but here was a yes, somebody who was interested, somebody who was answering their phone. And then, there was something, but he was always communicating like, this is what's going on or whatever. So the excitement that, to have one of my first like serious business partners, like I said, that was back in, I think that was probably in 2019, I think. And so for him to be, and he's still here, it's 2023. And, so I just wanted to bring on this brother Jason, who is, like my husband said, just loyal. Absolutely. We actually met in person because, again, he's here in Tampa, and I used to bake bread. So he was even a bread customer sometimes, and come out to the mosque and all these different things. So Brother Jason, we are excited to play your video. We knew you couldn't be on with us live, but this is a video that you had sent us a little while ago, just about your experience and journey to FardMoney Network.
So let's bring on Brother Jason Mango, Jason Vision, one of the loyal members to FardMoney Network and New Millennium Bankers. Let's bring him on with his testimony about FardMoney Network.
Peace and blessings. Jason Manigo, known as Jason's Vision, Team FardMoney Network. I've been with them since day one. I received a phone call from Sister Yatira Makdi, and she asked me, how would you like to make more income? I replied, I would love to. I've been with them since day one, and we have thrived. We've built teams, pulled people together, did what we had to do to keep everyone thriving in this team. We will be number one. Join Team FardMoney Network and become the winner that you always knew you could be. Make it a better place. Let's close this income gap. Peace and blessings. Au, au, au.
All right, shout out to our brother. Did that, man. So that's just the testimonies is what did his family. So once you can change lives, it ain't never about the money. It's about it not being about the money. It's about freedom, and it's about being with people, helping people that want to get free, that want to get this thing, that can smell it, that can taste it, right? And we're gonna bring on another hard-working sister. She been with us since day one, was before us. Now, what actually happened with her, I gotta tell a little of the story. I was brought to her from another brother that I had put into the previous company we was with, who didn't want to run with us when we did the reset and the relaunch, right? When we had to do the relaunch, we had to start all over. But we didn't tell y'all that. So just to get a history, it's no cliche thing. We was in Caraballs. Caraballs was a gold company. Caraballs was the best thing going at that time. When COVID hit, Caraballs could not get, whatever connection they had with the gold, that connection went away. It fell out. Now, I haven't been in the streets. And if we had a plug down in Mexico or a plug in another state, another city, and then that plug bounce on us, dry up on us, then we hit. However, with the digital gold that we had access to, the CEO of Caraballs, when he couldn't get the gold, he didn't shut it down because he thought the crypto was going to save that. And that cost him. And I'm saying that because a man don't build a business and is successful for like 10 years. And then all of a sudden wake up and say he just want to rob the people. You follow what I'm saying? So it was more to it than that. And then he has come back on the scene with a new project that we're not doing it, right? But people call me and say, hey, man, I lost my gold on one. Did you think you lost some gold? Man, we were doing the business. How much gold did I lose? What you talking about, right? But more importantly, forget the gold. We lost the business. We lost our livelihood. That's the most important thing. But you could never tell. You didn't never tell. This is one of the other struggles of FardMoney Network. One of the other significant points to FardMoney Network still being here to this day, because we didn't break stride. We didn't break stride. Man, listen, we were going to have to find something that fit our mind, that fit the dynamic in the mindset of FardMoney Network to do it. And Caraballs, the fall and collapse of Caraballs produced and launched GS Partners. And it's 10 times better than Caraballs. 10. Income, I mean, listen, I ain't never come close to making $10,000 a month in Caraballs. Not even close to it. It was in the future. You could see it coming, right? But it wasn't there because it really took a lot to do that over there with that. But it was a nice comp plan that we had, right? But GS Partner, man, but I'd have made like $20,000 this month. Like really, like y'all already like this month, right? Ain't got a pool coming out. Y'all, man, listen, this GS Partner's on a whole nother. And then why you ain't worried about that? Well, anyway, it's warfare. It's wartime. It's a currency crisis and an economic crisis and a banking crisis going on anyway. I'd rather take my chances with crypto and Gold Standard Bank than take it with the dollar and take it with the Federal Reserve, what we know going down. We know it's a scam. I'd rather take my chances. Why? Well, one thing that got me confident in it is the blockchain. The blockchain. The blockchain is that, what they call is that wild card. And then the second wild card would be Mr. Hyde himself. Harris Sykes is not plugged, is not connected, and is not as rich, was never as rich as Mr. Hyde is. Literally. So we straight, we good. Right? But if something happened, we make preparation. We don't, like, I didn't have a job before they fired me. I ain't say, hey, man, I ain't never working again. I ain't say that, right? I had a car, I done wrecked the car before. I ain't never driving again. I done bought stuff online recently, and it was a scam. People run off with the money. But you don't hear me blasting them because it ain't, it's a scam. I sent the man some money for some shoes, and he ain't never got my shoes and get my money back. You got to learn from that, but I ain't saying I ain't never buying nothing online again. You know what I'm saying? And like, come on, man. I done got stuff from places that got destroyed, that came late. And we don't stop. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's what we're saying. That's part of the journey. You ain't going to get to where you want to get financially without some losses. But it ain't a loss, it's a learning thing. Go ahead, baby.
I was just going to say, you raised an interesting point by saying that, and maybe that has something to do with why people feel like the hierarchy or levels or whatever, because what they miss is the mindset of the people. Like you said, we didn't skip a beat when that happened. Were we affected? Absolutely. Did we take a loss? Absolutely. Were we hurt? Yes. However, that wasn't going to stop us. We were not deterred. The mission was the mission. The goal was the goal. We had to, if that ship sunk, well, we're going to have to get on another one. We're not going to just die in just nothing. But because a lot of people don't have that attitude, don't have that mindset, when they see people that just bounce back, it appears that it appears that there was no loss because they just continued to move with the same smoothness or something like that. Then they could feel like they was had or something. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that same fortitude or that same willpower, that same determination, dedication, or loyalty to themselves, really, to say, okay, well, hey, things happen. The job thing that you say is a great example, because like you said, people didn't have more than one job, whether they quit or whether they was fired. But nobody says, oh, I'm done with this job, so now to hell with all jobs. No, that's not even happening. So just because a company went out, Bed Bath & Beyond is going out of business right now, you're not going to get any more body products now because that business is out or that's stopping you. No, you keep moving. Life continues to go on. And that's the attitude that we have. So that was just an interesting comment.
And then too, but that what led into this next testimony from our sister out of Canada, who is a top leader on our team in Canada. She is building an amazing team. She is one of the persons that go through a lot of stuff in her personal life, but she still overcomes that, and she still stays plugged in. She just newly became a registered member in the Nation of Islam. And I'm talking about Sister Sophia X. So let's bring her to the witness stand and give her testimony. And she couldn't be on the stream tonight, but she did do a video of a testimony about FardMoney Network.
Peace and blessing, family. By God's grace, when I first started with network marketing in 2020, I was with Carrot Bar, but at the end of Carrot Bar, when they were closing the door. But then comes afterwards GS Partners in December of 2020. So I joined with another sponsor, but he went haywall. So Brother Mr. Supreme X was helping me the whole time. So I decided I had choices to make, which I could have joined any one of the business partners in GS Partners. So, but since Mr. Supreme was helping me the whole way since my sponsor went haywall, I decided to join him. But I'm very thankful for where I'm at this point, because I'm learning so much, and it's kind of long in learning, but I'm learning how the mind is, how to manifest, and how to become the God that's within the God that you are. So, I mean, I'm just a baby God, but I'm learning. But I'm very thankful to Mr. Mr. Bestus. Yes, and I'm thankful to Mr. Darko. I'm thankful for all the moderators. I don't really want to keep calling names because I'm very thankful and grateful to be a part of this business, Wealth Builders Worldwide. So, but when I first started, let's get back to the story. When I first started in GS Partners, I acquired Bitcoin, but the banks were shutting me down every turn that I went. They closed my account because I went to the bank. I had an appointment with the bank and asked them about why are they doing this to me. But I went in and I had my mouth. I had to tell them about their system and how they work with Federal Reserve and how they're acquiring 6% on our money. So they did not like that. So what they did was they turned around and kicked me out of the bank and tell me, we're closing your account. So, okay, fine. They closed my account. I had to go find another bank in order to put my money there. So anyways, make a long story short, I am where I am now, and I'm very thankful for all the trials, tribulations, and everything that I'm going through in order to overcome all obstacles. And I will be a winner. There's no doubt about it. I'm coming. Okay? So I'm thankful to Almighty God for where I am. I'm grateful to all GS partners. Let's go with, I'm very grateful. So thank you. And thank you, Mr. Supreme, for all things. All praises due to Almighty God.
All right, family. So that was our beautiful dear sister, Sister Sophia X, out of Canada, building the team, been building the team with us since day one. She one of the first 25 people that I also sponsored as well. So let's go into the comment section, but my wife does have something. So go ahead, baby, while I get these.
Oh, I do?
These comments.
Okay. Well, this is just good. I hope you all are enjoying yourself, because I am. I'm loving the comments that are coming through. Peace and blessings to everybody again that came on and greeted us and everything. Brother Khaled, peace family, y'all look good. Brother Fart should run for governor of the state of Florida. Man, we taking over the world. Sis said, epic. How are you doing, sis? So I just, I just really, I'm enjoying myself. Like I said, I love to see the comments. I love the interaction, that, like my husband said earlier, I'm just a social being. I'm very social. And Brother Christopher Chowbey on here. This is awesome. He's talking about that one that you played about the pyramid scheme. The minister, he needed to title that lecture. So this has just been fun. I really hope y'all have enjoyed celebrating with us. And it's great celebrating with people who, are in this with you, who want to see you succeed. We got haters, but we don't have time to highlight haters. We don't have no time to put in with that. It's about the people who are with you, the people who care, the people who are rooting for you, and are not afraid to show it. You got people rooting for you in the dark and in the secret, but here we have folks that are with us publicly, loudly, proudly, enthusiastically, and that's what it's all about. So I know we getting ready to wrap up, but testimonies. He said it destroyed his team too. They didn't want to run with G as partners. They're lost because we over here winning. Oh my goodness. What do they say? Stick and stay. It gets greater later. I forget, brother. I forgot who one of the brothers in Wealth Builders Worldwide that says that Dante Taylor just told us the name on the power call the other day, and I just forgot. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You want to read the comments? Or you want to stop here?
Oh, yeah, you talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You want me to read them?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we chose this is Brother Jihad. We chose the blockchain over the Swift payment system. You better believe it. All right, Brother Kadar, to the conversation we was having earlier. He said, facts. You got to roll with the punches and throw a few of your own if need be. Absolutely. This warfare. This is warfare. FardMoney is the best money. Say that again.
Go ahead, Basar. That's my barber right there.
Oh, awesome. Oh, thank you. You the one. You're right. Okay. Beautiful testimony, family. You as well, brother. Yours as well. All right. That's right. We focus. Brother Jason said we got tunnel vision over here. We focus. So
just going through the comments, family. We coming to a conclusion, but we want to make sure we showing these testimonies and these.
Yay.
The support, man. We thank all the support that's here. Oh, that was my man right there. Okay, man, ain't been in the business 4 months already. Went to Dubai.
I know that's
man.
Right.
Do it, brother.
I know
Do it, brother. Gorilla, Wild Gorilla. Do it, brother. That's his name. That's the name he go by, family. So we just going through this, family. So we have it. Who is that? We're old Brother Charles on the team. Been with us for a minute too, over a year, maybe going on 2 years now, Brother Charles.
They missed out big time.
Yeah. Who's it?
Brother Jason said that about folks who didn't want to come run over here with us.
Yeah. So family, that's right. So family, man, we thank y'all for tuning in, man, and we want to close this thing out. We didn't want to go too far over an hour and a half, so we right there. Man, continue to support the channel. So continue to promote this because our goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers. It took us a minute, man. A lot of battles, a lot of streams just to get to 1,000. I think we had about 1,500 right now, but we need more. And continue to support that. And if you on FardMoney Network, you're in FardMoney Network, family, continue to build. Our goal with that is about 10,000 members. We're almost at 3,000 right now, but we're going out to 10,000 members. So you see what I'm saying? So since Carabal's, our team has doubled. Mm-hmm. After losing that whole team, rebuilt it, and in less than 3 years, we didn't double what we did over there in Caraval. Wow. You see the launch pad. This is why you keep going. No, we don't worry about no saying who said this and whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I done called them out and all of that. They don't come from me. Please don't. You feel what I'm saying? Because I ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take those debates and all of that lightly because but we got a way to close the wealth gap. When we got a way to really strike a blow to the international bankers, and you come in way of that, then you don't really want our people to win. If you don't like GS Partners, just sit down, do something else, and shut up. That's all. Don't try to connect the two because something happened over here. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, right? Let things run its course. And you see people over here winning, right? Just because something happened, don't worry about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Entrepreneurs go through that all the time. For example, and give you an example, Kevin O'Leary lost big in that whole FTX debacle. But if Kevin O'Leary was right here today, you think he's going to stop investing in startups and new things? No, he's not. Not him. Come on, man. We got to make sense of this stuff, man. You think how many losses you think Warren Buffett, how many companies you think he invested in over his time that went down? You think he gonna stop? He still got his company, right? How much money you think Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates them and put places that they never go nowhere, they lost it? Fake charities and all this stuff here they probably gave money to that was just a fraud the whole time. Wait, like I said, to keep going. Do your own thing. See, because you ain't gonna never build anything with success while you're beating up something else. Never. You ain't gonna never do that. That's why the ones that all had all that talk about us, that had all of that stuff, saying and shooting at us and shooting at Mr. Hyde and all that, what they doing? Where they at? Tell them to pop their hood. You feel what I'm saying? Mr. Dalco just hit Crown Ambassador. Tell them to pop their hood. Kevin just hit Ambassador. I'm executive, almost continental this month. Tell them to pop their hood. What hood? They ain't got a hood. So they ain't popping nothing.
They ain't popping nothing.
You're around here still holding coins, waiting on the coin to go up. Man, we don't even do that over here, man. We get money. Literally. We get paid over here. Instant pay, weekly pay, quarterly pay, monthly pay, whatever kind of pay you can think of. Second pay, minute pay, hour pay. We got it all. We got it all over here, man. So tell him that, man. So shout out to Coach Diaco, man, with all the folks that had put out slandering him and his wife with all that there. Man, he don't even care, man. Man, thrive. He just hit Crown Ambassador, man. Man, he probably made more this month than most of them haters gonna make in the next 5 years. He probably made it in 1 month. Straight up, right? So shout out to him, man. Second month in a row hitting Crown Ambassador, man. Shout out to Mr. Diaco, man. But that's what we're talking about, family. Why? Because this is bridging the gaps. When we come to where, see, all that let us know. When we was coming to Let's Go Weekend and we were saying everybody was happy. See, we knew everybody one family. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody one family like that then. Because as soon as something happened, not only did they just leave quietly, they want to slander. They want to throw out stuff. They want to talk about it. Shut the hell up, man. You feel what I'm saying? Shut up. Because if we got bamboozled, then we all got bamboozled. That's all. Keep it pushing. If you don't want to come rock and roll with us, go do what you're doing. Keep doing it. And see who get the most at the end. And that's what it's about. Are we playing big bank, take little bank, right? Big network, take little network. That's what it's about. If you put it out there like that, then that's what it's about. If it ain't about that, then just be quiet, man. Go get a job. Most of them already had a job and kept working, but still talking, running their mouth. You feel what I'm saying? This is the day. This is the day of separation. We are going to separate today. Everybody ain't going to make it. It ain't a color thing. It's a mindset thing. It's a mentality thing. What's in your heart? So when you want to see the people free, then you got to be ready to go through a lot of stuff, especially dealing with our people. You got to be ready to go through the slander, the rejection, the resentment, the lack of support, the lack of recognition for what you're doing. Don't worry about it. Keep pushing. Your day in the sun gonna come. Because the sun is out now. So some of us stars might not be getting seen now. But when the sun leaves, they ain't gonna have nowhere to light they're gonna get some light from. They're gonna have to look at the stars. And that's when FardMoney Network will be here to tell you, well, come on, plug and play. And that's one of the things I'm gonna end with that. You got something?
No, sir.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and say something. There's you. Well, listen, she ain't got nothing to say. All right, so family, the significance about the difference about FardMoney Network, right? The significance is that we created this network, we created this brand, we created this system, or we plugged into this system, right? Because our goal was to create a platform that's like no other platform out here. Not that we're not similar, right? Because there's going to be some similarities, but not that we are just all the way alike. Like you got other platforms out here to talk about money and stuff like that, and they kind of the same. Like you listen to Peter Schiff, he ain't really like Mike Maloney, but he's doing the same thing pretty much for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They saying the same thing. It's just that Mike Maloney put out more videos, more stuff he's showing. Peter Schiff just talking. You know what I'm saying? But it's about the same. Then you got Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, how's Robert Kiyosaki different from Peter Schiff? He writing books. He Japanese. Peter Schiff white. Like, what's really the difference between that broadcast? He do a live broadcast and he got guests, and Peter Schiff just do a broadcast where he not on there looking in your face. You feel what I'm saying? So we wanted to be something different. We wanted to be something different where we're not asking for donations. We're not trying to sell you anything, right? But we are trying to wake up the masses. We are trying to show the good work and the good teaching, the good guidance that Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has told us and taught us, not just on the spiritual tip, but on the what we need to do to survive tip, right? And all we saying is, hey, if you like what you're hearing and what you do, support the channel. And if you like it even more than that, come join the network. Don't give us nothing. This is what we want to do. We fund everything. I don't take donations to keep StreamYard going. StreamYard for $25 a month, right? All the YouTube free, Google free. You feel what I'm saying? So a Zoom $15 a month. Like that's $40. You feel what I'm saying? To run these things. Okay, yeah, the PowerPoint costs a little money, but not nothing like that. $10 a year, right? So you feel me? So this is what we wanted to separate ourselves, and we wanted to teach, because it's one thing to teach something, but when you can point people into a ready-made system, lead them to the way, and then aid them through that journey. Oh man, now you teaching like shit, like Chevy X2X said, straight education.
That's right.
Straight education. Yes. We giving it straight, no cut, no chaser, and we not asking for nothing but your ear. And for you to do what? If it touch something in your heart, get up and do something different. Because if we don't penetrate your heart, well, you're gonna want to change and do something different, then we ain't really done our job. Our job is to make you want to change. Whether if you go join another company, go do whatever you need to do, whatever you need to do. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to James Corver right there, the second crown ambassador ever in GS Partners right there. Shout out, my brother. Thank you for tuning in. But that's what we have always strived to do. And this is what we're going to continue to strive to do, because we've been here for 6 years, family. This is a business. This is a network. We've been here for 6 years consistently, and we still here. And everything is getting better. Everything is going up. Everything is We're getting more support. Everything is there, but we have to fight through all of that launching process to get us here now. And it was a struggle that me and my family had to go through. Sometimes my family had to suffer because I have to focus on things and stuff like that. So my wife had to suffer, right? But we're getting better. And we didn't have hardship. It's nowhere near as a perfect marriage. All right. And pretty much every year we've been together, we didn't have a child. You see what I'm saying? Except for one of the 3 years that we've been together. So we had a child in 2020, 2021, and then that didn't have that in 2022, and then we got one coming in 2023. So Allah is definitely blessing us. As the Holy Quran say, you know the believers, they are the successful ones. So Allah is definitely blessing us. Children homeschool. The way that we are raising these children up, to be connected and to respect and love family and the love to read, because we know our children right now. I've been in the community almost every day, more days than I'm not, dealing and trying to connect with the youth and trying to help save our young people. And most of them don't like to read. And they are being young like that. I'm talking about 8, 7, 6, 5 years old, 10 years old. They don't want to read anything. But our children love to read. It's a whole different dynamic. So a children is a product of his environment. So raise the children right. Teach them the right principles. It's about principles and morals. It ain't about color. It ain't about skin color. It ain't because I like you. It's about what are your principles and your morals. Why do I like you? Because you dress good, because you look good, because you talk good. I like you because you have principles and morals, righteous principles, righteous morals that you stand on. Because why? That's going to be here when you're dead and gone. When I'm dead and gone, it's going to be here. For instance, Mr. Ty Best is not with us physically. My first financial mentor. He's not here with us now. But it was his teaching, his guidance, his stance. He didn't waver through the whole debacle either. So we didn't waver. See that? Mm-hmm. He did not waver, and he got the prize before he left. He got it. He hit the top of the comp plan. He made $1 million in a month. Yes, he did. He made $1 million in 1 month. Just a few months before Allah took him away. You feel me? But it's his guidance, the videos, his due diligence. He did a freedom call every single week. He was on the power call every single day. The man wrote books. He came to all the Let's Go weekends. He was there. Ty Best used to call me just to say, man, hey, just congratulations, man, all the success. You just out of the blue. He just called me. Bro Spring, hey, man, congratulations, brother, on all the success you do. They always say, assalamu alaikum, my brother. Congratulations, man, all the success that you got, man. And you and your team doing, man. I see y'all. Just up out the blue. I can call him and say, man, I need help with this. Tell me about this. He'll answer the phone or he'll call back. He always returned the calls. You feel what I'm saying? That's right, Sherry, from the sick bed. He'll always return the calls, the principles, the morals. I never called Mr. Best and he didn't answer the phone and he didn't call back. Never. Never. And most of y'all that's with us now, y'all know you call me, call my wife. If we don't answer right then, we call you back. Say what's going on, couldn't get you. We call you back. See, this is what, so Ty Best could never die because he instilled those principles in a whole network of people. Even some of the people that talked about him and left, he still didn't put it in them. You feel me? So big hat out to Ty. We could not get off the stream without talking about Ty Best. You feel me? We could not do it. And that's what happens. That's right, Tahar. Trials purify. You feel what I'm saying? Trials purify. And like I said before, the connections that we have made. Me and Kevin, like brothers, we even argue. We was in LA arguing. You feel what I'm saying? Tell them, ask him, Sherry, if we was in LA, we about to fight. No, we weren't really about to fight. But we argue like brothers for real, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And we cussing at each other, cussing each other out and all that there, but it's all love. But it's the connection, though, because we wasn't on the same team last time. But now we are, and we building together. And I told Kevin, wherever Kevin go, I'll be there. You feel me? All you got to do is tell me where he at. Where you going? I'm going down here. I'm going to LA, going to Dallas, going over all that way. I'm on. I'm coming. That's my man. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm so ecstatic and happy to be with a brother like that. You feel me? And this is talking about when we are dealing with family, we go through struggles. But when you got somebody that's doing good, it's nothing to call them and say, man, I'm in a bind. Need this, need that. Bam. And it's there. It's an instant thing. See, this is what we're dealing with. Because see, that the richer we get, we might be like, hey, I might have called him and say, Kevin, man, I need 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get you back. You feel me? I mean, just that this is what wealthy people do. You feel what I'm saying? Might even be 100 grand, might be $1 million. But when you have those type of connections, when you have those type of friendships, see, that's what it's about, man. It's about the friendships, about the relationships. That's what business is all about.
That's right.
That's why the Jews are most successful, because they do business with family. That's why we don't want to do business with our family. Not even our direct bloodline family we don't want to do business with. I just last month signed up some blood family into GS Partners. Outside of her. She didn't have a choice. All right. I had to sign her up myself. I got the information to sign up my damn self. But listen, you feel me? But immediate family outside of her, I just nearly 3 years, 2.5 years later, signed up some family members and they did something. That's real. You feel me? So when I see families doing it together, I get excited. Sometimes I get a little jealous. And my wife, she got all of her sisters in the business except one. And her mother in the business. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little jealous of that. My brother, blood brother, I only got one blood brother. He keep telling me, man, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. Do nothing.
I got to talk to him.
He watching me from a distance. Then when I come in the city, he like, man, you didn't let me know. Let you know what? Let you, why would I? What do we have to talk about, family? You feel what I'm saying? This is real. This is grown man stuff, man. I ain't got time to talk about LeBron getting swept. I don't care nothing about it. I don't watch. Do I watch basketball? No. Do I watch football?
No, sir.
I don't care nothing about it. I don't even know who swept LeBron. I just know he got swept. Who swept it? I don't even know who swept him. I don't even know. You feel what I'm saying? Don't even care. Because they ain't going to put one dime in my pocket. So, family, thank y'all for tuning in. Because my wife give me that look. She wants some we time. She want to kick with me. She want me to herself. So, that's what she want. That's what that look means. Like, let's get over here. I'm tired of sharing you with the people.
Oh, I don't even talk like that. That's so honest. I don't never talk like that.
Well, all praise be to Allah, family. Well, family, if you was unsure who the synagogue of Satan was, well, let us put the synagogue of Satan in your lap. If you was unsure about that. No, well, we're supposed to play the clip. My bad. The clip for the workers. Yeah, hey, we're going to see now. This ain't me talking. This is Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. Thus says the Lord. Mm-hmm. This is what he said. So we're going to play these two clips, and then we will see y'all Thursday morning for a brand new crypto morning, and we might be back with a separation of independent. Don't forget the Future Money Show this Saturday. Our guest is none other than the crypto expert, the crypto banker himself, Crypto Steve, my man. right? He's going to be on the Future Money Show this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be back with a live crypto morning Thursday morning because we have a GS partner event at 10 o'clock in the morning that you want to be available for. That's in the morning. You're going to hear from Mr. Hype, everybody. So, but before we go, if you want to get the latest edition of the Final Call, the #1 international Black independent newspaper on the planet, text 10K to 727-342. I mean, not 10K, LCN for the Final Call to 727-342-2881. We got it digital, we got it physical. All right. And also, if you want to go ahead and be a long time subscriber, go ahead and you get more if you do longer, right? So we really only want to do 12-week subscriptions. Matter of fact, that's really what we got. But go ahead and do a year. All right. And if you want to donate to the nation, not me, not even to Minister Farrakhan, donate to the nation of Islam, then go to www.economicblueprint.org. And if you want to learn more about blockchain banking, decentralized banking, passive income banking, if you want to learn that, if you want to get your money out of the hand of your enemy, if you want to live and you want passive income, residual income, if you want a business, you want to build a network, if you want to do that, then you get with the person that shares with you or text 10K to that same number. That being said, family, don't leave because the minister got some information for you. Straight words. That's all he speaks. We out here, family. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hell and set up heaven right on earth. And it's so simple. We have a project that we are working on. We call it Project Steal Away, an FOI and MGT financial freedom plan. We want every brother and every sister within the next year to be able to say, I do not work for white folks anymore. I work for myself. Now look, do you realize what it takes to build a hospital? Do you realize what it takes to build a university? You can't build a hospital and a university. You can't buy tens of thousands of acres of land to feed our people if we're just gonna wait on the little money you make from the white man to give a little charitable donation. We'll be around here for the next 1,000 years talking about building a school or a hospital. Do you realize that if we took this financial freedom plan and said, look, I'm really going to try and work for myself. I'm going to use my life in a better way. I'm going to stop believing that there's some mystery God that's going to change reality for me. I'm going to change the reality in my own life. Brother, when you start thinking like that, you will start using the power of your own self, and you'll see that you got all the power you need to change reality. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the fire of the sun is the life and the energy that energizes our universe. He said the fire of the sun is in all of us. So that means you got light, you got power. It just has to be turned on, activated. Now just think with me in the closing minutes of this lecture, what damage it does to your mind to think that there's a mystery God. Check this out. I'm at home and I'm hungry. My children are hungry. And I go in my next room and I pray. Lord, give us this day our daily bread. Amen. And I come out and sit down. Children, don't worry. The Lord is going to take care of everything. You keep on sitting there, doing nothing, praying that the Lord will give you some daily bread. See, if you and your family don't starve to death, waiting on the Lord. But if you went in your room and said, Lord, give us this day our daily bread. And I know you're going to do it because you got control over conditions. So now, Lord, I'm going to work in my wheat field. I'm plowing it up. And I'm planting wheat because you can't have bread without wheat or flour. So I'm doing my part. Then God sends the clouds with the rain, and the earth does its part. And before you know it, I got a field of wheat, and I grind the wheat into flour, and then I make me some daily bread. I'm not talking about daily the mayor giving you bread. I'm talking about you going to work daily producing your own bread. If you sit around and wait for a mystery God, you're going to be poor, ragged, hungry, naked, and out of doors. Any of you Muslims who call yourself followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they're still working for the Caucasian and still planning to stay there with him. You don't follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. If you follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you know that the white man is going to dump black people, and he already has dumped a great portion of us. He doesn't have no more jobs for our young men. So what are we going to do? Allow our young men to be swallowed up selling drugs? Or are we going to call our young men and say, no, we got to go to work and create jobs for ourselves? I'm saying steal away. If you can't walk away, steal away, and let's go on and do something for ourselves. I would like to see at least 100 millionaires among the Muslims in Chicago. If you're rich, I'm rich. And I can always come and tell you about the needs of a nation. But if you poor and we poor, we can't be around here poor.